everyone, welcome to my channel. Let's talk about it Media 21. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and please hit the notification bell. That way, every time I upload a video, you will be the first one to see it. Note, all comments are alleged in our opinion and for entertainment purposes only, where we discuss celebrity news, celebrity gossip, what's going on IG and Google, and what's the hot topic for the day or the week. Fair use. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. All comments are alleged in our opinion and for entertainment purposes only.
Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for supporting the channel. Don't forget to like, to comment, and also subscribe. So let's get into it. As we know, I've been posting videos in regards to the trial from day one. And it's being said that the gentleman from Lawyers for Workers have spoken out again. So he's going to break down everything from the beginning of what transpired in regards to yesterday. This is not today. This is from yesterday. So I think we're on day 7 or 8. So let's listen in on what was being said, what was being done, the reactions, different things like that. Because mind you, it's being said Meghan Thee Stallion's stylist, EJ, spoke out. And so let's get into what he's basically saying in regards to EJ's statement. And then it says, they were kind of going back and forth in regards to the bags he packed. He packs Meghan's bag. He doesn't pack Kelsey's bag. And they kept trying to ask him if he saw anything like a bang. And he was like, it was basically, I packed Meghan's bag. I don't pack Kelsey's bag. And then it was being mentioned that the bag allegedly was in the back seat. But I guess when the police came, the bag was in the middle or something like that. So here nor there, bag moved and he put it in the back. Now, at what point did it get moved from the back to the front? We don't know. So, and then it's being said, it was basically saying that Kylie Jenner had the party, and it was basically being said that Kylie had asked them to leave. So it says her begging her to leave Kylie's party, especially after Tory Lane arrived. Her energy shifted. So why did her energy shift? We don't know. So let's get into what's being said and how it's all being unraveled.
Going on is nobody had ever heard what EJ had to say before, and so the lawyers and the judge were in the back going over with EJ to make sure his testimony is appropriate to present to the jury. Now, when he comes out, the defense attorney presents him as their witness. He's the defense's first witness. The defense attorney explains to the jury that nobody has ever spoken to him. The police have never interviewed him. No one knows what he's going to say. There was a moment where the question is asked to EJ, hey, at some point in the night, did something happen to Meg that gave you concern? And EJ lets out a big sigh. And he's like, yes. And we were on the edge of our seat, like, what is he about to say? And then he's like, her wig started slipping. And then he's like, yo, her wig started slipping. I went to her. I was like, yo, we got to fix this wig. We tried to fix it, and then it started slipping some more. We went to the bathroom. In the bathroom, we realized this wig cannot be fixed, and we were ready to go. The rest of his testimony, let me take you where he went. First off, amazing witness, great presence. Believe everything he said. What's going on is nobody had ever heard what EJ had to say before, and so the lawyers and the judge said that about Kelsey in the morning. By the afternoon, nobody believed anything Kelsey said. The whole day, EJ testified. The whole day, everybody believed what everything EJ said, if you ask me. So EJ testified. They get there, they check into their room. Kelsey goes, starts playing Pong. Meg changes, comes down. She's playing Pong. Everybody starts drinking. Defense attorney, hey, how much did they drink? He's like, a lot. Like, how much? And he's like, well, EJ, I remember at some point thinking to myself, damn, that's a lot of bottles these people have gone through. And the defense attorney established that there was about 6 to 8 people there who had drank almost 6 to 7 bottles, according to EJ. On the cross-examination, the prosecutor came out, and he's like, well, how many people were there? And were some of them, wasn't Odell Beckham Jr. there? He's a big guy. And EJ was like, BJ wasn't drinking. And so it kind of killed the prosecutor's point. Look, EJ established they're very drunk. The other big point that EJ established, he said that Kelsey packed her own bag. He said that he had seen previously in Meg's luggage and her items things. Said that about Kelsey in the morning. By the afternoon, nobody believed anything Kelsey said. The whole day, EJ testified. The whole day, everybody believed what everything. EJ for personal protection, like mace, a taser, and what looked like a handgun. He didn't see it that night, or he doesn't recall whether he saw it that night, but before he had seen it. He established that Kelsey packed her own bag and that he moved Kelsey's bag from his car to the trunk of Tory's car. And then the defense established that if you look at where the bag is, Kelsey's bag, when the police pulled over the car, the bag is not in the trunk anymore. The bag has been moved from the trunk, from the third row, and it's now in the middle of the bench seat. So, question, did somebody move that bag? Did the gun come out of the bag? That's where the defense is going with this. The rest of EJ's testimony, he basically said that, there was this issue with Tory and Kylie, and it eventually gets Meg to be irritated, not acting like herself. He also explained that Corey Gamble was there, suggesting that, it's time to go, and that's when he felt a little uncomfortable, like, we need to get going. There was a laugh out loud moment in the courtroom when he was like, the tester was like, why'd you feel like you needed to go? He's like, I don't want to, after personal protection, like mace, a taser, and what looked like a handgun. He didn't see it that night, or he doesn't recall whether he saw it that night, but before he had seen it, he established that he moved like we were the black people and we were the last people there, and so I didn't want to be the last black people there. The whole courtroom laughed. I laughed. EJ was, like I said, just a tremendous witness. And the rest of the testimony, it was just tit for tat. The defense would bring something up, the prosecution would bring something up. So, the prosecution's like, oh, did you see Kelsey with a gun in her bikini bottoms? And EJ was like, no. So the defense attorney would go up and be like, did you see Tory with a gun in his swimming trunks? And EJ was like, he wasn't wearing swimming trunks, he was wearing drawers. And the defense attorney's like, he was wearing what? He's like, he's wearing drawers. And he's like, what do you mean? And he's like boxer shorts, like drawers. There was a point about cooking, and the cross-examining. The defense attorney was bringing out all of the lies in Meg's statement, and so then the prosecution tried to get EJ in a line. He's like, "Oh, wasn't Meg cooking?" And EJ's like, "Yeah, Meg was cooking." He's like, "Oh, wasn't she cooking nachos?" And EJ's like, "No, I remember tacos." And he's like, "Oh, are you sure it was tacos?" Like we were the black people and we were the last people there, and so I didn't want to be the last black people there. The whole court. You like, oh my God, like what are we talking about? It's another part. The prosecutor is like, oh, they were very drunk. Well, are they happy drunks or are they mean drunks? And EJ's like, what do you mean? They're like, what does that mean? And then it really blew up in the prosecutor's face, because EJ's like, well, they're party starters. They can be happy, but Meg it can also go left. Meg can be very wild. She can be not herself. Kelsey can be like the Tasmanian devil. She can cuss you out. She can really start barking. And if you ask me, listening to that part, it was like, okay, yeah. Ultimately, EJ made for entertaining witness. Other than the fact that he established that Meg lied about things and is not being completely truthful about things, like why she didn't want to leave, whatever. But the big thing that he established was that Kelsey packed her own bag, that he put the bag in the trunk. Why? During the time that they moved this car, with the bag gone from the trunk to the middle seat. That sounds very interesting to me. That's a good point established by the defense. What night are you? Like, oh my God, like what are we talking about? It's another part. The prosecutor is like, oh, they were very drunk. Well, are they happy drunks or are they mean drunks? And EJ's like, what do you mean? They're like, what does that mean? And then it really blew up in the prosecutor's face, because EJ's like, well, they're party starters. They can be happy, but Meg can